Does Morden require a piggyback?
Investigation, because you're actively trying to figure something out.
Alright, okay.
I could make you do an intelligence check.
Natural 20 plus 1.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Okay. As you are kind of like spying on her, hold up. Actually, wait, hold up 1 second. Are you trying to be stealthy about this?
Do you want me to roll stealth? Because I'll do it.
He just wants to. Is he standing out on the porch with his telescope? Or?
I'm assuming that's what it is because you didn't specify previously. As you're kind of watching, you see something about. You kind of see all your names mentioned, and then you see her eyes look at you, and she just gives you this glare, and like for a few seconds sighs, and then kind of makes a gesture for you to come down.
Okay,
well, we will go down.
The words the names that I was able to perceive.
Harmon, Morden, Petty. Every time.
Very petty. Very petty.
She says it normally. Hold on.
Okay.
And oh, sorry.
No, I'll let you finish.
As you kind of step down, you notice she seems to be talking to this tall, dark red figure, seemingly made out of like a goo almost, with multiple arms, standing tall and proud.
Hey, she's talking to
the Guardian.
The Guardian. I tell the group.
Good morning, a priestess and Guardian, sir. We must thank you for your assistance, or we must thank you for this humble abode that you've crafted for myself and my companions.
The priestess kind of doesn't respond as she's already had this conversation with you, but the Guardian kind of looks at you. Her, their eyes are covered, so you can't quite tell, but just kind of nods with a smile. This is the most like kind of calm it's been. Not that it's been hostile, but more like casual.
It certainly doesn't like to stick around.
Morden's hanging out at the back of the group.
After a few moments of dead silence, turns to the priestess.
So typical.
Begins to speak in this, not quite like this, like language that seems very strange to you. I don't believe any of you speak Celestial, do you?
Nope.
Yeah, no, it's this language. It speaks in a language you can't quite understand. It sounds very elegant, though. And you see the priestess nods and goes back in her house, grabs her banners, and the Guardian turns to you. And who would you guys say is standing closest to the Guardian?
Well, probably me. I'm probably standing closest to the Guardian.
Actually, you know what? The Guardian kind of walks up to all of you, so you're all within equal distance. Each one of its hands kind of grab your wrists and kind of drags you to the edge of the forest, to the opposite way of your house, but not in the same direction as the temple you previously were at. Kind of lets go of you guys and points.
The Guardian asks, "Is that the way we need to go?"
It just kind of nods. Doesn't really say anything specific.
How far?
It doesn't answer. It doesn't give any symbol or any signal. Just looks at you.
Is Kiana still out and about?
Kiana's kind of doing their thing. There's like there's no like worry of you guys at all. Like Kiana clearly trusts this thing.
Well, I asked Kiana if the House of Bones is in this direction, which the Guardian's pointing.
Well, I would assume it. It mentioned to me that it would take care of showing you the direction.
Okay, let's turn back to the Guardian and ask them, is the House of Bones the way you're pointing?
Looks at you and nods.
Okay.
To the priestess, then, can you perhaps tell us something about this House of Bones?
The priestess stops and kind of looks at you for a second, like almost like seems to be like thinking about it. And like at first you notice she's about to talk, but pauses for a second, looks at the Guardian. The Guardian kind of gives a nod, like almost like a silent conversation, And she looks at you and goes, well, as the name would suggest, it is the place of skeletons. I'm not too sure the exacts of what you'll find in there, but I imagine it would lead to the next eye. And of course, I imagine it would be more of a skeleton-centered area, in comparison to the spider location which you were just at.
And we will be able to find another orb there, I assume.
It would be assumed.
Thank you for all of your assistance, and please thank the Guardian as well for all of his assistance.
The Guardian can hear you. You can just
yes,
thank
I'm
them.
kind of saying it out loud. Before we go on, though, I do feel like some of my companions may be in need of perhaps some provisions, weapons and such. Is there anywhere that we might go to procure some of these items?
She kind of pauses for a second and thinks, and it totally isn't DM looking for a village.
Flash locate.
I know that's what I'm typing. She pauses and hold up. I'm actually trying to figure out where it is now.
One on the way to this House of Bones would be most preferable.
She's not too sure if it's directly in the way. She only remembers the exact coordinates. She grabs her map and in one area she circles and mentions that there should be a village here. And I will send those coordinates in important notes. And it's not, and this definitely isn't just me not knowing what direction it's in. Sorry.
No. Go ahead. Finish what you were going to say.
I was going to say it absolutely is me knowing exactly where everything is, like the proper TM.
Gotta be prepared for everything we throw at you.
I know, and in my defense, I was not prepared for anything that was thrown at me today. All of this has been me coming up with it on the spot, so.
I wonder if anybody there has a Ruby of the War Mage.
Yeah, because villagers are known for their rubies.
Yes,
I think it's the emeralds. It was the emeralds of the War Mage would be fine.
What's the coordinates of our new house?
Where you are currently, it is negative 650, 181. It's very far away. It's about 1,500 meters.
Negative 50, 181?
Sorry. I'm trying to type this with my game closing every 5 seconds. I apologize.
Triangulate, kilometer and a half.
So about roughly 1,500 meters away. I'm assuming you guys are going to start heading in the direction of the village?
Sorry, is it on the way?
Yes.
Okay. Companions, perhaps we should check out this village. I know you've been most desperate to kit yourselves out, as it were. Should we head there, or should we proceed straight on to the House of Bones?
I'm going mining.
Perhaps the villagers might be able to point you in the direction of a proper mine.
I doubt it.
The priest just kind of looks at you and goes, I believe in the village there is actually a mine there. It is a mining town.
I'd rather do it myself.
I would like to go seek out the village. So I follow Wolf.
Are you guys separating the party within a distance of almost a kilometer and a half?
Is that all it was? It was a kilometer and a half?
Yeah, about that.
It's a long way away. I don't want to go there.
He does have short little legs, so.
Wow.
Does Borden require a piggyback?
I don't want to go to the village.
I love how you can say that with a straight face.
Oh, no, that was not a straight face.
I know I said I love you couldn't say it with a straight
Oh,
face.
couldn't say it with a straight face. Well, I was going to say it, then I thought, should I say it? Then I thought, yes, I should say it. And I was already laughing by that point, so. If it is so near, perhaps Morden can stay here and tend to his mining needs, and the rest of us might move on to check out this village. It would be interesting to see if the villagers require our assistance in any way before we move on to this House of Bones, which is the more important quest.
I do kind of need a diamond if I'm not going to be able to get that ruby that I've only ever heard rumors of.
So Morden will be staying behind while the rest of us continue on?
I don't think I want to leave Morden alone here.
I'm fine.
Tell you what then, good Peter. We shall inquire with the villagers on whether or not they have a diamond or what kind of ruby was it?
That was the ruby of the war mage. I don't know if it actually exists, though.
Oh, if they know of it, we will bring word back to you, and perhaps they'll let us know what they might require in order to part with such a treasure.
It was at this point that our DM, Morbid, decided to start throwing some GIFs into our Discord chat saying never split the party.
Are we going into that?
I'm being as subtle as possible about this.
Everybody's been so focused on wanting resources. Here's an opportunity to go and maybe find something you guys might be lacking.
Mine is more.
Or we could go right. I'm okay.
My reactions are more so based towards the splitting of the party.
Morden's the only one that really wants to split the party.
Are you sure you don't want to come with us?
I don't want to go to the village. I have no purpose in the village. I don't like people.
Tell you what. Good Harmon, perhaps you might be able to persuade our dear friend Morden that he is better off coming with us.
Persuading against a character? Would they have to make a saving throw to be persuading?
I stick my fingers in my ears.
I would say they would make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom? Okay.
Just because you're kind of like thinking, I guess? I don't know. That's the closest thing I can think of.
Persuade. All right, let's see what this does. I walk over to...
I don't want to go.
I walk over to Morden and kind of give him the sport coach talk and say, hey, man, I think this is a really good idea, and I think you'll be all right. So... 8.
What's your saving throw, Warden?
9.
You are not persuaded.
All right, well, good luck.
Enjoy digging in the dirt.
Okay, we'll leave him as long as he's here at the house. Okay.
I have Kiana.
We'll go to the village.
Kiana's off in her own little world right now.
So am I. We're alone together.
All right. So I'm assuming you guys have figured out kind of what you're planning on doing?
Morden, if you find a diamond, I'd really like one.
I would love to give you one.
I'm going with them, though.
Have fun. Have fun storming
All right,
the castle.
So we will move on to the village in the hopes of moving this forward. Maybe Morden should make his mining rolls first, so we can get that out of the way.
I was actually going to say that we're about 50 minutes to when we normally end. Do we want to wrap it up here, and then we can start fresh next time with, and that else gives me a chance to figure out how we're going to split up the time? Because I have to figure that out now because of you guys. Thank you.
But Morden's just going to be digging in the dirt.
Yeah, it's going to be like, okay, make your roll, and we're switching over. I'm going to feel bad.
At least he's not punching trees anymore.
Oh, I need to do that first.
Do you have an axe?
Yeah. I mean, I chopped down a tree. I'm not gonna punch the tree. I'm not.
You said you're gonna punch the tree.
With an axe.
Okay, that's not how it works.